My first time doing this 30-minute class. I'm not sure how I can tell whether anyone is here or not. I don't know how to do that. Let me see. Okay. I think this class is live. If it isn't, I don't know what to do. I thought I should be able to see a chat or something. I did what Annie told me to do, I think, and I just am not sure. Let's see, especially given my stupid eyesight. Hold on, everybody, if you're there. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Oh, hey, okay, now I can see that somebody's here. All right, there you go. Sorry, everybody. I really haven't done this before. So, welcome, and thank you for coming. Please keep letting me know that you're here, even though I can barely read what it says, but yes, I'm on. Okay, so thanks for joining me this morning. I'm still a little nervous about this, just because I've been videoing my classes ahead of time up until now. So let's get started. I am sure that, like me, anybody here is still reeling from the craziness that we just saw day before yesterday at the United States Capitol. The insurrection, the rioting, whatever you have decided to call it, was pretty stressful. And so what I've been thinking about is how we are not sometimes aware of how stressed we are, how much anxiety is caused by something that theoretically we're not necessarily involved in. So one of the things that makes us, or that we forget when we're anxious, and I'm sure everybody knows this, is we forget that connection that is our breath. So when we're stressed, when we're anxious, our brain doesn't know any more about that stress or anxiety except that we're experiencing it in our head. So if we were being chased down the road by a bear, for instance, our body would go into our sympathetic nervous system. We would start to breathe more from our chest. Our body would react in a way that made us try to get away from that bear. Well, or there's one other aspect of that. We might try to hide from the bear. But if we hide from the bear, we're going to tense up our bodies. We're going to be very tight. And our breath is still going to be mostly in our chest. That's the sympathetic nervous system. Well, our bodies are not built to stay within that sympathetic nervous system for more than, a very short period of time. It's our parasympathetic nervous system, that system that allows us to just breathe and move naturally, that we don't really pay a lot of attention to. So what I was thinking about is the fact that as I was watching what was going on television in the safety of my home, I realized that I had basically stopped breathing, that I was holding my breath, that I was holding my body. I had tension in my body. And of course, because I've been doing yoga for a long time and meditating for a long time, ultimately I recognized what was going on. And ultimately it was yoga and meditation and breathing that allowed me to calm down. But I will be honest with you, even after over 40 years, yesterday I realized that I was as tense and stressed as I was on Wednesday when all of this happened. And it took the awareness of what I was experiencing in my body. It took that awareness to allow me to say, okay, Gayle, you need to do a little more yoga today. You need to sit for meditation twice today. And it's amazing how it works, because today I feel so much better. So, with regard to that, the practice today is going to be really focused on our breath, and it's going to be focused on coordinating our breath with our movement to release the tension from our bodies as we really focus on our breath. So, this is going to be kind of a very gentle but flowing practice today. I want to thank everybody who's here, and let's get started. So go ahead and lie down on your mat. Lie down on your mat. And you can do one of two things. You can just go ahead and lie with your legs straight out. Or if your back, your low back bothers you at all, feel perfectly free to just bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. And the first thing I want you to do is just begin to tune into your breath. So notice where your breath is coming from. Have a sense of whether your breath is starting in your low belly, or maybe it's more in your upper chest. You don't have to really change it just yet. I just want you to really kind of be aware of it. Do you find yourself breathing deeply or rather shallowly? Does your breath feel just like it's flowing kind of smoothly, or does it feel a little raggedy even, not catching in places? Now I want you to just put your hands on your low belly with your middle fingers touching. And I want you to focus on consciously now breathing into your belly. And you can feel your middle fingers move apart as you take a nice big inhale into your belly, and then feel your middle fingers move back together as you exhale. So just do that a couple of times. So now we're really, really consciously aware of how we're breathing. After you finish your next exhalation, go ahead, release your hands. Now, if your legs are flat out on the ground, now I actually want you to bend your knees, put your feet on the floor, but walk your heels back in as close to your buttocks as you can, and make sure your feet are about hip width apart. So now I just want you to start to notice what happens when you take those belly breaths. I want you to pay attention to your back body, to your lower spine. Now as you inhale, without any conscious movement on your part, you might feel your low back kind of arch a little bit and move away from the floor. And then as you exhale, you might feel your spine drop back into the floor. So just notice that don't make any conscious movement, just use your breath. Just think of that kind of oscillation, that oscillation that's happening all through your body. Every time you breathe, every cell in your body is at work. Now move your attention up to your shoulders, your upper back, but I want you to pay particular attention to your shoulders, as the back of your shoulders. So the part of your shoulder blades that's on the floor as you inhale and exhale. Still beginning the breath in the low belly. Can you feel the shoulder blades kind of move away from your spine as you inhale and then move back together as you exhale? Good. Now, bring both knees up to your chest. Pull your knees in, pull your thighs in so that they're really right on your belly. And if it's hard for you to put your arms around the front of your knees, you can always put them behind your knees like this. And then watch what happens as you continue to inhale and exhale into your belly. Or I should say, feel what happens as you inhale and exhale. Can you feel your spine just gently rocking without any actual movement, any conscious movement on your part, just using your breath? Really having a sense that we are consciously using the breath to create movement in the body. Good. All right. After you finish your next exhalation, take your arms out to the side. Keep your knees together as much as possible. And then you're going to inhale from center, and as you exhale, drop your knees to the right and turn your head to the left. Try not to touch your knees all the way to the floor. Go as low as you can without touching. Inhale, coming back up, and really coordinate this movement. Finish the inhalation, and as you start your exhalation, drop your knees to the left and turn your head to the right. Now, of course, this is consciously coordinating the breath and the movement. Next time you come back from the left, go ahead and bring your knees back up on your inhalation. Stretch your left leg out onto the floor. And then just clasp your hands around your right knee or behind your right knee. And here I just want you to inhale from here, pull that knee in. Exhale, just release and let that leg stretch all the way out. And then just back and forth. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then the next time you inhale that knee in, actually I should have done it the other way, but that's okay. Go ahead and exhale it back out. Let's change sides. Grabbing the left knee now. Inhale as you pull that knee in towards your chest. Exhale as you release and let it stretch out. next time you release it all the way out, just come on, let both legs lay down, and just take another moment and just breathe. Just let yourself just feel. You're not doing anything except just breathing. And then either roll over onto your side or rock yourself into table pose. Actually, come into standing on your knees. Now be sure and put something under your knees if you need to. If your knees are a little tender and your floor is kind of hard, feel free to use a blanket underneath your knees. Good. And we're just going to do another movement where we're going to inhale, take our arms overhead, take a little back bend, exhale, and just come down into child's pose. And just back and forth. Inhale up, little back bend, and exhale down. Inhale up, back bend, and exhale down. 2 more times. Last time. And come into child's pose. Just rest here for a couple of breaths. Finish your next exhalation. Come on up to table. Take your right leg out to the side. Lift your right leg slightly off the floor, just an inch or so off the floor. Oh, Max has joined us. I forgot to shut the door, so hopefully he's going to be a good boy. And you're going to inhale from here. Exhale, swing your leg all the way back around to the other side. So inhale as you swing out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And the next time you exhale, let's come on back down. I hope I have enough room on my other side. I'm going to turn around because I'm not sure I have enough room to kick my leg all the way out. So left leg, you're going to take out to the side, lift off the floor a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Good, and the next time you exhale, come on back to table. Okay, let's come on up to standing. Max, go up there. This is Max, my baby, for anybody who hasn't seen him. Oh my goodness, it's already at 10:20. This half an hour goes by really fast. Okay, so I'm going to face you. No, I'm going to turn sideways. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to bend your knees slightly and then hinge at the hips. Your fingertips do not have to touch the floor for this. Okay, so I want your knees to be slightly bent so they're really relaxed, not hyperextending. And all I want you to do here, no movement, no conscious movement, is like we did when we were lying down with our knees on the floor. Not knees on the floor, but feet on the floor, knees bent. Go ahead and just inhale and exhale. No conscious movement, but feel what happens. Nice deep breaths. And place your hands at your waist. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. On an inhalation, come on up to standing. Okay. So standing somewhere near the top of your mat, go ahead and take your right foot right onto the edge of the mat and walk your left foot straight back. Place your hands at your waist. So you want to make sure that your hips are kind of parallel, so you don't have one hip going, your left hip going at an angle like this. Press that hip all the way around. And go ahead and bend your right knee. Now I just want you to bend it here. Release your arms to your sides. So we're going to do a dynamic Vierabhadrasana 1. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, a little back bend. Exhale, bend that knee and release the arms down. So just back and forth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. 2 more times. This is the last time. I lost count because I was having so much fun doing this. Good, good. Okay. Now, straighten that right leg, keeping it straight. And we're going to do sort of a variation of a pose that you're familiar with. Instead of clasping our hands behind our back, we're going to just take our arms overhead and our hands down to the floor. So inhale, take your arms overhead. Exhale, bend and come down over your knee. Back and forth. Keep your eyes open. Two more times. Last time. And this time, just hold and breathe. Finish your next exhalation. On your inhalation, come all the way back up. Exhale, release your arms. Standing at the middle of your mat, take your, or at least in the center of your mat, kind of close to the front, take your left foot out to the edge of the mat and walk your right foot straight back. And again, you want to try to get those hips parallel so they're not going like this. Good. Bend that left knee, release your hands. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, straighten as you release your arms. So inhale. Exhale and inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and last time, inhale and exhale. Good. Now we're going to fold forward, taking an inhale with straight leg, and exhale, releasing down. Inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale, and whoops, whoa, I shut my eyes. I like to shut my eyes, and exhale. Okay, and come on back up. I said don't shut your eyes because that's what happens. But I tend to shut my eyes when I'm holding a pose, and And so that's what happened. I shut my eyes and almost fell. All right, come on down on your back. I hope everybody doesn't mind if we go a few minutes over. I'm going to have to get used to this 30-minute class thing, okay? So lie down on your belly. And place your, first of all, take your feet as wide as the mat. And then kind of turn your hands out. So I hope you can see me. Maybe I'll do it this other way. I think you might be able to see me better the way I've got the camera set up. So I'm going to turn this way. Okay, so feet as wide as the mat. Sorry. Move the mat a little bit. Okay. Feet as wide as the mat. Take your hands so they're kind of turned out. Even if your fingers are on the floor, it's okay. Okay? And you're going to start with your forearms on the floor. But I want you to lift the forearms. We're going to inhale from here and exhale and just come down. Inhale and exhale. So little back bends. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And last time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then push yourself back into child's pose. Just rest and breathe in child's pose. Good. So come over onto your back. I had more planned, but next time. Come onto your back. Now, we're going to just do a couple of minutes of Shavasana. I'm going to give you some options. I want you to find the place where you feel most comfortable. So you can do traditional asana with your arms at your sides, palms facing up, feet dropping off to the baby toe sides. If you have any issues with your back, or if it just feels more comfortable, bend your knees. You can keep your feet kind of wide, and you can either just leave your knees like this, or you can let your knees drop in and touch each other. And this one is my favorite now. I've been doing this a lot. Take your feet wide, and then take your arms overhead and take your arms wide. I'm going to move my body a little bit off the mat to do this. So find any one of those positions that feels good to you. And I just want you to breathe. Just see how your body feels now. We've moved a lot of oxygen around in our body for the last half an hour. We've activated a lot of cells. We've activated a lot of energy. Let your jaw relax. See if you can feel the breath really moving through your body from where it enters at your abdomen, but all the way out through your fingers, your arms and fingers, and down through your legs and toes. Good. And then after your next exhalation, go ahead and bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, roll over onto your side, or you can rock yourself up. Come on back up. Grab a cushion or a blanket if you like one to sit on. I do. I tend to like to sit with my hips a little elevated. So thank you for joining me. You know, one of the things that I've noticed about my own yoga practice is that it's really changed. And I was trained to, you know, be very sort of rigid in, you know, alignment, and it is important. But what I'm learning as my body changes is that I do poses a little differently, and I also do a lot more of that kind of dynamic movement, and I do a much gentler practice. I still like to do, you know, lots of sun salutations and all that stuff, but it's really nice to just kind of really have this sense that I can feel my breath in my body really coordinating, that I'm not so stuck on do I have my foot right, do I have this right, do I have that right, but should just feel movement and breath. It's quite a joy. It's quite a joy. So anyway, guys, let's end our little short practice by just bringing our hands to our hearts. And let's wish ourselves well. It's always good to wish everyone else well and the rest of the world well, but sometimes we don't take the time to wish ourselves well. So as you bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes and give yourself a little loving kindness. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll come back next Friday at 10 o'clock. Thanks. And Max was a good boy. Oops. Somebody's writing something and I don't know what it says. Thanks, Gayle. Oh, okay. Oops. I wonder, is there a way to make this bigger?